Unfortunately, not included, Shonies. Unfortunately. All right, I gotta fix this one thing that's bothering me about the chat quick. How are you doing? How's the night going? How was your Monday? I also gotta update that build command. That is from yesterday. Today we will do same board, same stabs, same switches. But now there, build command updated. Secret Myth, welcome back. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. How are you guys? How was your Monday? I know I just saw you yesterday, but how goes it? Washed 2 cars today? Chudero, my car needs a wash so bad, but it's been so cold I can't wash my car. Monday did go fast. I had a long list of things I wanted to get done today. I might have made it a quarter through my checklist, unfortunately. But that's okay. I feel like I just got a little mental break, and that's important to get to, so. How do you comment out a line in HTML again? Oh, I hate that. It's so much. Imagine you could only wash cars starting March in Minnesota. Every once in a while, in Minnesota, you'll get like the random 35-degree day in the winter. And on that day, all of the car washes are so busy because we've all been waiting to wash our cars. Did I do that right? No. Okay. That should temporarily fix the chat problem. So if you don't have a badge, now it shouldn't show the empty box. But the badges are just going to have no box. but I'd rather have that. I hate washing cars in winter, but again, got to use that car wash yearly. Oh, do you get a yearly membership? Maybe I should do that. I always just go to gas station car washes. All right, Chutaro. Good luck. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see here. I gotta move a cat because we're soldering, but I do have, oops. There we go. I do have everything set up here, so we're gonna be able to just get into it and get to work really quick. So if you weren't here, what's up again, Tony? Yes, Tail is joining us for now until we get started building. If you weren't here last day, it was earlier in the day. I usually stream at night. Anyways, not important. Yesterday, we built the Neo Ergo. We built it with just stock Gateron Milky Yellows. We built it with a PP plate. And it sounded okay. It was pretty quiet. I didn't dislike how it sounded. I just kind of wished it was a little bit louder. So my original plan was just to, okay, sit down. My original plan was just to build it again with the same exact switches, but do plateless. Instead, I spent time today, and this is why it took me so long. I spent time today modding the switches. So they are now filmed with TX films, and I took a second to just spread out the factory lube on the stems. I didn't add any additional lube, just spread out the factory lube. In hand, they already sound a little bit louder, and I think better. So that's what we're gonna use today for the plateless build. We also won't be able to use this PCB, obviously, I'm realizing. We have to go get the solder PCB, but then we'll be good to go. Ori, what's up? Ori, I hope you're well. What's up, Matt? Welcome back. Okay, so that's the game plan. I'm gonna go grab that PCB that I forgot that we need to switch PCBs. I'm also gonna have to move the cat, unfortunately, but as you can see, this is a hazard. Zan, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. Anything else I'm missing right now? I don't think so. I think we're good to go. Okay, give me 1 second while I go get that PCB and I'll be right back. Enjoy this tail while it lasts. Say hi. Say hi. Yes, Ray, we're gonna do plateless. We're gonna try plateless. I think it's gonna be better. I don't think it's gonna be a huge difference. I think it's just gonna be think it's going to be minor, but worth it. I hope, anyways. If not, it'd be a pretty big waste of time, but that's okay. Hello, Zan. How are you? How was your Monday? Outside, this is the same board. We're just going to do plateless this time. I also modded the switches. Yesterday we were doing stock Milky Yellows. Now we're doing plateless. $3 a.m. can't sleep. Well, hopefully you can fall asleep to the sounds of some keyboard building. Okay. I also brought my, no, see, this is why sometimes we can't have tail up here, because now there's just cat hair. I also got my syringe because I think we need to touch up just a couple of the stabs. Do I see Milky Yellows? You see them. I'm gonna do plateless with MX2A's black. That's what I would usually do, but I wanted to try out something new, so we're doing the Milky Yellows. Not new. Something different, I should say. Not new. Build my own stuff. Watch Tyler build his stuff. Why not both, Ori? Why not both? Cousin's back. Hey, thanks for the sub, cousin. Quick question. If I set up text-to-speech, what voice should I use? What voice would be plot appropriate? What would be canon? What's up, Lucidity? Do you think any board should get a force break mod just to be safe? Any board should get a force break mod? No. I am a big believer in why would I do more mods than I need. I would like to do as little modding on my keyboard as possible, including the switches, including the stabs. I will only mod if I absolutely need to. That said, if you try force breaking and it does sound better, then yeah, you should do it. What colorway on the Ergo tonight? We are building a new color. So we already showed this off yesterday. Oh, no good, we're saved. That would have been gone forever. We showed off the board last night. I'll show it again in a second here. And actually, maybe the color will be a little more accurate. Last night, during the daytime, I was struggling to get the camera to show the actual color. It is a new color. They are going to release about 4 or 5 new colors. It's a little bit better tonight. It's still more blue on the camera than it is in real life. It's a little more green. I don't know why it does that. Got the color blend. That is accurate on the Sony camera there. It's like this nice blue-green. They're calling it teal. And this color, along with a few other colors, will come out in like a month or so here, I think. Yeah, I like it too, Lucidity. At first, I was wondering what keycaps I was going to be able to put on it. I was assuming I'd have to do beige, which I guess I usually do anyways, but oops, backwards. But last night we put panels on it, and the teal part of panels actually is such a good match with the teal on this board. Broken in OG creams, or should I try the new MX2A blacks? If you haven't tried MX2A blacks already, you definitely should. I think any fan of regular MX blacks should definitely try MX2A blacks. I personally, and I guess the more people I've asked this, the more of an outlier I maybe am. I like MX2A cherry better in almost every way than regular MX. I think there's some purists out there, some old heads that like their MX blacks, and I get it. I can feel the difference, but for me, I like MX2A. MX2A are nice vents. Vents are more of like if you're building a board with vents, I think you're doing it so you can say that this board is built with vents. You know what I mean? Vents are something you put in like a Jane or a unicorn or like some chase board. You know what I mean? I think that's the only reason you use vents nowadays. Maybe that's a hot take. You use vents so you can say to all of your non-keyboard hobby friends when they come over, you can say, yeah, these switches are harvested from the 19, you know, whatever. Not the 19, obviously. MX2A with GHV4 is so nice. I've only even used MX2A with 205. I still love them. I was skeptical of MX2A at first, but after trying it, I was hooked. So the biggest difference for me isn't in the MX blacks. The MX2A blacks do feel different than regular MX blacks. They're less scratchy. They're smoother just right away. The biggest difference, though, is in the tactile switches and semi-tactile, if you don't include browns in that category. The leaf ping. The leaf ping is so much better on MX2A browns. I will never buy MX browns again. I keep not getting the stab all the way in there. This jazz is making me work fast as hell, but I kind of love it. I'm going to stick us, hopefully, in a jazz station now. Oops, we were like all the way down here, though. Okay. I got 180 MX2A browns. No break-in needed. Yeah, I love them too. Can anyone tell me if Geon still has MX2A blacks in the store? I had them in my cart, but I was waiting. I hope they're still in stock. Are you even a true keyboard enthusiast if you don't own vintage switches harvested from the 1969 Apollo 11 Mission Control Hub? Yeah. Yeah. You are not, obviously. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up. I'm doing bad here. Scared of purples though, and breaking caps. Just get the trimmer. Easy peasy. It sucks that you have to use a trimmer, but it's so worth it. Where to buy my unlubed MX2A? Look on GeonWorks if they're still available. There's a sale right now and free shipping, I think, if you spend a certain amount. In my opinion, MX2A is smoother and has a deeper sound than the harsh sound of Hyperglads. Yeah, I like them better. Straight up, I like them better. 3203 has been really nice with MX2A? Okay, I haven't tried that yet. Love MX2A browns, just filmed and spring swapped, no lube added. Oh, you don't even put lube on them. You mad? I was just about to re-up on Hyperglide browns, might take your word here. Dude, just try them, Ori. Just try them. I'd actually love your feedback, Ori. Bag lube the springs. Yes. How many do you want, Tyler? I was gonna get the like really big pack that Geon sells. Whatever like the bulk one is. Cause I'll use them eventually. Or I can offer them to folks when they use the build service or whatever. So hopefully Geon still has those in stock. I've been really dragging my feet. Now I actually prefer my Vince from the typewriter that transcribed the Declaration of Independence. Yes, they were definitely using, actually the original Jane, I think is what they used to write the Declaration. I think that was the OG Jane. All right, I'm just gonna, ahead of time, put a little bit of lube in every stab because there was some ticking business going on. Guys, only 4 more days until the next episode of Severance. We're almost there. All right, that stab I already touched. Still in stock and free shipping. Okay, that's what the shipping is $99. Yeah, I think that's kind of why I was going to go with the big bulk ones. Oh, I also didn't look if it's in stock, but if you don't have a Geon stem trimmer yet, and you like purples, I don't know if it's in stock, but I would look. Hyperglides always sound thin to me, especially for browns. I think the thinness, like the airiness, I don't know how else to describe it, of Hyperglides is what some people like over MX2A. They prefer that thin. It beats me, but I think that's a thing. All right, so again, these Milky Yellows are a little bit different than yesterday. I filmed them with TX films, and I just spread around the factory loop. That is all. That is all. Oh yeah, and that's a nice, snug, plateless fit. I love that. Look at that. Last time we were building with the MX Blacks plateless, we had to do the whole flipperooski. Not tonight. Tonight we are cooking. I saw a really good deal on cherry stabs. I'm just not too sure what people mean clipping my cherry stabs, the hook part that goes on the other side of stab. You know what, Ray? That is a really fair question. And when I first used cherry stabs, I also had no idea. Trying to think how I figured it out eventually. I think you just have to like look at a YouTube video. You know what? No, I'll go get a cherry stab and I'll show you, Ray, because I feel that. I feel that experience so hard. The first time I did it. Ori's giving you a good description here. But if you want me to show you, Ray, let me know. I'll go get a cherry stab. I actually have one like right here. I know some people who use dry, unlubed, and unfilled. Hyperglide. Oh. It kind of made my teeth kind of shivered. Oops. Okay, so if I do stepped caps, it's going to be a little, it's not a tight fit in the stepped caps. So we'll do that one last. Makes sense because it has the two cutouts. No, I don't want to interrupt the stream. It's a stupid question, but I'm tired of overpaying for nice. Dude, it's not stupid at all. Here, I'll show you. It'll take 2 seconds. Not stupid at all. All right. So on. If we look at a stem, I don't know how close this lens can focus. Oh, that's plenty good. Okay. So if you look at the stem, it's this top part right here. You see this protruding leg? You want to clip this thing off so it is flush with the other leg. And then opposite of that leg, not on this side, but this other one up here, you gotta, oh my God, my finger looks terrible. Those hangnails. Opposite diagonal of that one, you also gotta clip that leg that's protruding. So both of those legs should be flat and there should only be this one and that one, and it should make a Z. I had to look at a Z and make sure it was facing the correct direction. Yeah, but it should make a Z there. Does that make sense? It is really microscopic. I've used a couple different tools to do it. One of my favorites is actually just like a really small scissors that I have that I used to use to tie fly fishing flies. But yeah, you gotta cut it and then you want it as smooth and flat as possible. But that's all it is. I totally get that question though, because I was also confused and most videos don't really make it clear, I don't think. To be fair, it's kind of hard to film that. Oh, we can unzoom. Tyler fishing POV. What if you got my go live notification and you clicked in, having no idea, and all of a sudden you were on a river? We were fishing. And then we build a keyboard riverside. But to save me bread, a lot of vids just tell me what I need to do, not showing me how to do it. Yeah, or if you're reading something, like if you just see in a thread, someone says you got to clip the cherry legs. Like what What does that mean? It's totally understandable. All right, I got to cherry pick a little bit. Gat yellows kind of have a loud leaf, huh? They don't have the greatest leaf, I'm noticing. You fly fish, Tyler, or conventional? I exclusively fly fish. I don't do it very much anymore. Before keyboards, I was probably as into fly fishing as I am into keyboards now. Like I had a different Instagram where I was posting fly fishing stuff. I don't know if I've ever really said that. Yeah, I just don't do it as much anymore for a multitude of reasons. All right, I'm just gonna get this mat out of the way. Beautiful. Also, you can use nail clippers. Yes, nail clippers are up too. Oh, hey, Conan. Sorry, I missed you. You cherry pick with right ear or left ear? I guess based on what I just did there, my right ear. Should probably use both ears though, huh? Good. Lubing your fish. How would that work? How do we lube a fish? What's your favorite fish to catch and cook? So Ray, I, for the most part, eat vegetarian now. For the most part. So I don't usually eat the fish that I catch. Actually, even when I was eating meat, I usually just catch and release when I'm fly fishing. That said, about once a year, when my family goes up to a cabin, we stay on a lake and we'll do a fish fry. And when we do that, we're mostly eating like crappies and smallmouth bass, which are also very fun to fly fish for. I don't think I've ever done like a, like I've caught trout and then cooked the trout right away. I don't think I ever did that. Sounds like a great time. Anything with a cabin as the common ground sounds like a good breakaway from society. Yeah, I love it. I make sure every single year that I have enough PTO or whatever in order to make that cabin week happen. It's probably the longest tradition that my family has outside of I don't know, like Christmas. Okay, I think that's right. Oh, this is going to be so much easier than the than MX Blacks the other night. Sweet. I got to rerun my IEM cable under the desk again. It's really not fun. I have a question about Milmax. Why when you can get a hot swap? So the reason, hey, what's up, Evan? The reason you would potentially Milmax instead of buy a hot swap board, I see two reasons. There are only two reasons I would ever Milmax a PCB. One, a hot swap PCB just isn't offered. Whatever the kit is, they just don't offer a hot swap PCB. Or two, the hot swap PCB that they offer doesn't have the layout that you want. So maybe the hot swap PCB only offers regular caps lock and you prefer stepped caps lock. Or maybe the hot swap PCB only has full backspace and you want to split backspace, you know, whatever. Those are the only reasons I can think of why I would Milmax a PCB. That's so nice to hear, families these days. And maybe always end up losing their traditions just because of age, time, money. So sad to see. Part of it, since I joined the military at 17, I haven't spent a holiday with the folks. Man, that's rough to hear, Ray. I think there's a lot of reasons that traditions kind of fall off. I'm noticing it a lot in my family with the holidays. And it's just that people are at different stages in their lives now. Like we're not all... Me and all of my cousins aren't kids anymore. We live in different places. Some of us are married now. Some of us have kids, you know. Also, as the family just gets bigger and bigger, like you also have to choose between multiple Christmases. Like if you have a partner now, that's 2 Christmases you got to choose between every year. There we go. Didn't think about that. Yeah, yeah. For me, they have a way longer lifespan than hot swap sockets. They hold the switches more firmly, and like Tyler said, they allow me to use more than hot swap PCBs do. To be fair, I've never had a hot swap PCB die on me. But I don't know, maybe I'm lucky. Also easier to fix. Yeah. What headphones are you using? These are IEMs from, what are these called? These are called the Sagas from, I believe the company's KFA, right? Called the Sagas. All right, I'm going in. Even with this IEM cable, that is going to be super annoying. No mag sockets, from my experience, can affect the sound of the PCB, usually making it sound worse. Maybe. Come on, iron. I gotta get a new iron. I don't know what's going on with this one. This PCB also has the smallest holes. The different stages of life is the realest thing. No matter how old you get, there will always be stages. I forget how human my folks really are, if that makes sense. Just people living their lives. Yeah, man, don't even get me started on how relationships with your parents evolve. That's crazy. That's why I just commit to solder now. I've always argued, though, if hot swap PCBs and Milmax PCBs really do change the sound of a board, then in theory, there should be some boards that sound better Milmaxed than they do soldered. It doesn't make sense that every board would sound better. Just a thought. What soldering irons do you guys like? I'm between switching over to the Pine Sol, trying out the Pine Sol, or going all in and just getting the Hako station. It's not like I wouldn't use, like, I would get plenty of value out of getting the Hako station. It's just that it's a very bulky setup, you know? I've used my Pine Sol and never felt the need to switch. The Pine Sol also has a sick, clear, like see-through case mod that you can do. What is this link, Ori? Amazon links are wild, bro. What the fuck? I have that station. I've loved it. What's the brand? Sorry, I can't click on it right now. You have today off work? Yeah, I did, Evan. How about you? Oh, actually, too, does anyone know the score of the college football game? $31.15? Oh no. Okay. I say oh no, I don't really care that much. I actually I lived in South Bend, Indiana for a year when I was really, really little. I think I was 4. My dad worked for Notre Dame for a year. So I kind of have some type of claim. But I don't really care that much. Oh, nice. You got the day off, too. That's nice. Weller is the brand? Okay. Amazon special. I got the confidence. It's been 20 since I last soldered and my eyes are a bit weaker now. What's up, Spider? We are building, we're rebuilding the Neo Ergo. We built it yesterday with a different configuration. Today we're trying plateless. "20 years since you last saw it." I do wonder if that'll be me someday, you know? Except way, way longer. Like maybe, I don't know how old I'm gonna live, but maybe 50 years in the future. When the mechanical keyboard hobby is nothing but a wasteland of... After all of the exit scams have happened and the aftermarket has dried up, I wonder if I'll look back on my time in the hobby and I'll remember when I used to solder keyboards. I'll tell the story to my grandchildren. But of course they won't understand because they'll have flying keyboards that are holographic. Or we'll all live underwater or something. Got mad thinking about lost money again today. I can't imagine all these keyboards just turning into paperweights. I mean, it wouldn't take too much for me to no longer really need a keyboard, right? It's just kind of... It's very job dependent, first of all. Like, if one day I was just like, fuck it, I absolutely hate doing this IT shit anymore. I don't want to sit at a desk. I'm gonna go, you know, I'm gonna go drive the public transportation light rail, or I'm gonna go be a garbage man or something. I'm gonna go to trade school. It wouldn't be long for me to not really need a keyboard anymore. How's the new job, speaking of? Pretty good. I'm only 3 days under my belt so far, but man, the people have been so nice, and the work is interesting, you know, which is important. It's also like the fact that I'm interested in the work, it's like it's coming to me quicker and I'm getting up to speed faster, and I just think, I think, you know, a month from now, I'm really, really gonna like it. I always struggle being a new employee. I really don't like the feeling of not knowing what's going on. I like being, not a, I mean, yeah, I kind of do. I like being an expert, like in my area. I like being the person that people come to when they have questions about the work that my team does. I love that feeling. I love being able to feel like I'm valuable in some way. So starting a new job is always tough for me, but it just takes time. You know, it takes patience. Get up to speed. Exactly, Mr. Kupo. I love being like, actually, that's not how we do things around here. Actually, you'll need to submit a ticket. Methinks. I just got settled into my new position myself. Nice, Ori. I'm glad. Took me a whole last year for that at my current job. Dude, it can take a long time depending on the company, the role you're in. Yeah, I hate that feeling. I really don't like that feeling. It's kind of giving me anxiety thinking about going back to work tomorrow. Please submit a snow ticket. Yes. I've never seen a black version of that solder fan. It's limited edition. Kodo made it for me, Kupo. I work in DevOps for IT. Bushido, you asked what I do in IT. I am now a product manager. I used to be a little bit more on the technical side. But I do the work of like typically a product owner or business analyst. I work in a hospital for IT. Is that stressful? It sounds like it could be stressful, but fulfilling. Warning. Spider, can't wait to see how it turns out. I wanted to pick up the champagne colorway in the summer, but I'm saving for Japan. That's understandable. Japan's awesome. So I've heard. I've never been to Japan. Hey, you know, maybe keyboards will be back in style in 25 years when it's vintage. How did you come to be such a calming presence? Thank you, Spider. I appreciate it. Sorry I don't check YouTube as often. I have it pulled up here. I should be checking YouTube more. There's just less people over there, you know? But thank you for saying that. Appreciate it. That is my goal. If you can come here and just feel a little bit more at peace after a work day or after an inauguration, perhaps, I would like to be that consistent calm. Nice product owner is a good bridge. Yeah, I really like being in between really technical roles and really businessy roles. I like being the person that gets to translate stuff. I think I'm good at it. I got out of IT about 10 years ago and became a self-employed courier for 5 years now. I care for my wife. That's awesome, Zim. Not really. My boss is an asshole. Dude, bosses... Fuck bosses. Why does there even need to be bosses? I don't get it. Some bosses are good, some bosses are bad. But why do we need them? I'd take a half-ass snow system over Vonti or Freshworks at its peak, I feel like. Oh, I don't know. I don't know any of those, you know. All of my work has been on mobile applications, websites, and API development teams, like back-end teams. Makes everything so hard, excuse me. I'm happy to have broken into IT at 17, granted not quite in the same capacity, but anything for Uncle Sam is good work. Apparently Value has a horizontal org chart. Apparently Valve has a horizontal org chart rather than a vertical chain of command. Devs choosing what they want to work on or something. Is that just, are they just trying to say that's what Agile is? Because that's, I mean, I think by like textbook definition, Agile and Scrum and whatever, it's supposed to be a system in which product teams are, for the most part, self-governing. In reality, what I've seen at every corporate situation I've been in, I think companies just weaponize Agile as a way to further micromanage everybody. To the point where stand-ups are just like another way for your boss to sit in on your meetings and make sure they know exactly what you are doing at any given moment. Every single day. What are you working on? What did you do yesterday? You gotta have an answer for it. God forbid you got a little slowed down yesterday. But like at its roots, it's supposed to be that as a team, as a product team, you're working together to create your backlog, to refine your backlog, and to prioritize based on what your users need. It just usually becomes more so what your stakeholders need than what your boss needs, you know. The abuse of those buzzwords is wild. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. That and family. Oh my God. Dude, I haven't heard it yet in this new role, but I swear to goodness, if anyone just says the word family, I don't care if it's out of context. I don't care if you're not even talking about work. If I hear the word family come up in any conversation, the alarms go off. We are not a family. I run 3 stand-ups a week with my team, and that's for me to understand if they're blocked on anything and need me to escalate. There's definitely a different... Chudero, I don't know either if you're a... I don't know if you're a manager or if you're a project manager. I have no problem with like having daily stand-up with my team. Like with the developers and with the other people that I'm working on tasks with. My last job, my manager was in every single one of our stand-ups, and there's absolutely no reason for them to be there. Just to hear what we're working on every single day. They were just way too involved in the day-to-day of what we were trying to do. And it really slowed everyone down. And it made everyone feel uncomfortable. And it hurt morale, and it was just a bad situation. But yeah, you gotta feel it. You gotta, I don't know. You gotta figure out the system that works for you and your team, I guess. Maybe there is a case where your manager really needs to know what you're doing every single day, but I doubt it. As long as you're seeing, right? If you're a manager, be it like a program manager, a product manager, whatever it is, if you see your team meeting the deliverables that you're trying to have completed at a higher level, right? Maybe it's even if it's at the sprint level, you know? If you're setting priorities for your team at the sprint level, I want to have this accomplished hopefully by the end of this sprint. If those things are being met, why do you need to check in every day? If we're meeting quarterly goals, let us feel autonomy. Autonomy is really all I crave in my work. Every job that I haven't liked going back in time is because I didn't feel like I had any say in the work that I was doing, or when I was working, or how I was working. Give me those 3 things, give me some autonomy in my work, and I will be not only more productive for you, but I'll be happier while I do it. We have 1 team meeting a week with bi-weekly one-on-ones, and it's a good cadence. Definitely, yeah. I mean, you gotta find like what works for your team, your industry, type of work you're doing, but in my experience, agile usually leads to too many meetings, too much micromanagement. Kind of weird, the solder just doesn't want to go in this PCB. Client service is way different than it though. Evan, I imagine a lot of the work you're doing is like with external teams, probably. Probably don't rely as much on your coworkers' work. I have no idea though. That is completely a guess. I think it's very industry specific, for sure. For sure. It's very team specific. personality specific. The best managers are ones that listen. They hear what works and what doesn't work for their team. Otherwise, everyone's just gonna burn out and leave your team anyways, which is what happened at my last job. $31.23. Okay, okay. How much time we got left, cousin? Should I just stream the game? I definitely won't get in trouble. Turn on the radio. Would I get in trouble for streaming the radio broadcast? When's the last time anyone's listened to a full sporting event over the radio? Like a full game. I've definitely listened to bits and pieces when I'm like in the car on the way to go watch something. I wonder if I would get in trouble for that though. I could just take it out of the VOD. Sports radio is so nostalgic. Something that I found funny, Isabel, my girlfriend, not to brag about having a girlfriend, a humble brag there, but she like isn't really a huge sports person and wasn't growing up, so she never listened to sports on the radio or anything like that. And I didn't realize how much of kind of a weird thing it is that those of us that have listened to sports on the radio, we can picture what's going on pretty darn well. And when Isabel would listen with me to like football on the radio, it just made no sense what was going on. Which, yeah, like that is totally understandable. They talk very, very fast, and all you hear is pass, catch, deep, right, touchdown, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, they scored? Google and Reddit say we better not broadcast? All right. I guess not. $4:15 left. Okay. That's gonna be tough. $30-yard line, it's like, you know where it's at? Yeah, it's just weird. I had never really thought about it, and I was like, oh yeah, that is kind of a interesting learned skill that we have. We can just kind of picture the field and what's going on. All right, our yellows are in. This is gonna be sick. Baseball on AM radio, my dad used to listen, was boring growing up. Now I listen to it. Man, baseball, I just have not come around to yet. I don't know if I will. I even played baseball growing up, but I cannot watch a baseball game on TV. There's no way I can do it on the radio. Unless, the only way I could listen to baseball on the radio is if I become a homeowner, which seems less and less likely. But then I have a garage, you know, and I'm like working on my bike or something in the garage. And then, yeah, I just happen to have a radio on in the background, you know? Baseball's just a tough one for me. Oops, backwards. This board is really so easy to build, though. These little gasket socks are so easy peasy. Really just a well-designed board. And I was sent this board, but I was not told to say that. That, I honestly believe. You still kicking around? Dude, I haven't been. Mostly because it's cold as hell. And I don't really have a place to play indoors right now. But also, you know, that ADHD brain, it just kind of, unfortunately, it turns off on you. And I move on to the next hobby, you know. I have to go to a baseball game to watch it. Yeah, I'm kind of the same. You go with a group, you get some food. Yeah, that's the move. What's up, Hyper Blowfish? Welcome in. That color is super nice. Did you mod those MIPS? MIPS? Milky Yellow Pros, yes. We did. Yesterday we didn't, but for today I put, oh, the Bluetooth is already working. Oops. For today I filmed them and I didn't put any additional lube on them. I just moved around the factory lube. If Notre Dame wins this game, it will be considered one of the greatest comeback wins in college football history. Oh, it was 31-7 at... So I was watching when I was on the treadmill right before streaming, and it was 7-7, and I thought there was hope. Little did I know that was the last hope that I had watched. You jinxed it? Ah, oh well, it wasn't meant to be. All right, when building this plateless, you're not able to use the LED diffusers since those are built into the plate, which is, you know, if there was a flaw in the design of this board, that's certainly one of them. That said, I don't really use LEDs. I'm not a huge fan of LEDs on my keyboards, so I'm just gonna turn them off. But something just to call out that if you do want to do a playlist build of this, the LEDs are probably not gonna be a good call. And actually, I'm gonna wait. I really shouldn't have turned the Bluetooth on yet. I'm actually gonna turn it off when we put the keycaps on. Otherwise, it's gonna be pretty annoying. What's the best way to do this playlist? Like that. Just turn that off, put the keycaps on. It's a nice thing about the ball catch right there. Did you film a sound test for YouTube today? to compare to this build. I didn't film a sound test, but we could pull up the VOD from yesterday. It's a great call. I didn't do it though. W stream, I'm out super relaxed. I could pass out right now. All right, Ray. Thanks for hanging out. Glad you enjoyed it. I didn't check my bottom row here, my layout at all, so hopefully I did it correctly. No big deal, I would have skipped too. Yeah, yeah. Oh, guys, it's already louder. I think this is just gonna be, it's just gonna be better. It's gonna be a little hard because we didn't keep the control variable of using the same exact switches since I didn't mod the switches yesterday. But yeah, I think this is just gonna be better. I miss EPP Tyler double streams. When's the next one? I don't know, Evan. When is the next one? Have you gotten your switches yet? It should be very soon, Chudero. 2 to 3 weeks is kind of a long time for some switches. But there's no rush, there's no rush. I think the plateless and films help a ton. Yep. Yesterday's build was nice. I just thought it was a little bit quiet. And I think this will bring the board to life just a little bit. I'm not sure about these NeoStabs. Y'all, do you guys typically like NeoStabs? These things were kind of ticky on me. Hey, Tokyo, what's up? How are you? Another Neo Ergo build. Yes, this is the same one as yesterday. Just trying a new, different configuration. Doing playlists. Oh, I'm sorry, Hyper Blowfish. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. Sam said, hey man, just came across one of your vids 2 seconds ago. Would you mind telling me what desk this is? I love the wood grain look. This is a desk that I made out of plywood. So it's Baltic birch plywood. Yeah, that I cut and sanded and finished. And that's all it is. I didn't like paint the top. I didn't veneer the top. It's just Baltic birch plywood. Thank you for checking out the channel, supporting. Hopefully you're still here. Sorry if you left. I forget to look at YouTube sometimes. I got to go to a stand-up with APAC, not joking. What's up, Isaac? Dang, I love that keyboard. It's coming together so far. Thank you. I should put it in the middle so you can see it a little bit better. It's my bad. Doing good. Just got back from dinner and chilling with a glass of whiskey. Ooh. Japanese whiskey, I assume. Oh, I really am bummed that I can't figure out how to get the colors more accurate in the top down. But guys, I'm not gaslighting. The teal in panels and the teal on this board is so so good together. It really makes this set look like it was made to be on here. And I don't even like colors like that. I also did this wrong. Might have to go get a keycap puller. Yes, I will. Hell yeah, thank you for sharing. Yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. I have some other pictures of it on Instagram too, but no pressure to head over there. Love this color combo. I still need to find a board to put panels onto. I bought it being a little bit uncertain of where where it was gonna end up. I also move my keycaps around so much just for pictures and stuff. But I think my favorite places where I've seen panels are either boards that have one of the colors like within panels and it matches pretty darn closely. I think that works really well. Or I really like panels on silver ano. I think that looks really good. Panels on red, I could see that too. As long as the red is like, you know, close to this red. I think it will, yeah, like I said, I think like any of these colors, if your board is pretty close to them, it'll look, what's the word? It'll look purposeful. All right, I'm gonna go get my keycap puller. Kupo, do you approve of which colors I used? Are there any colors I should switch? Yesterday I was trying to figure that out. Should I make this blue? I could make this blue. Rank panels, Handbait, and Windbreaker. Ooh, GMK Diner too now. I was recently reminded that Diner exists. And that one I think is in the same category as well. No, Kupo, this is wrong. Sorry, this is wrong. That one I just put in the wrong spot. That's how it is. You didn't want to be the one to say it, Kupo. You don't have to be scared to hurt my feelings. Okay, but rank panels, Handbait, and Windbreaker. One of the biggest mistakes I've made was getting rid of Windbreaker. That said, I think I like panels more because it's GMK. So I'm gonna go panels, Windbreaker, Handbait. In that order. If Windbreaker was GMK, it'd be number one. How about you, Kupo? What's your order? Ooh, considering a GMK run. That would be sweet. Okay, what's left for us to do? I think we just type on board now. Let me clean some things up. This cable is really a distraction. I'm sorry. Hander, windbreaker, and panels. That's your order? So the exact opposite of mine? Okay, first things first, I'm going to turn the LEDs off. What do you like more about Hander than panels? I really like the teal. Which doesn't look teal here, but... Hander does have better lore. It's got a way better story. Okay. Let's go to Via. I was having some trouble getting this started in Via. It doesn't call it out on the build guide. Or no, it does call it out on the build guide. I was just kind of being an idiot not reading through all of the build guide. But you do have to load a JSON file in order for this board to work with VIA. Just FYI. You should read everything. Don't be like me. Read everything. Ooh, that looks really nice, Kupo. Maybe I get both. Maybe you need both, because the other really nice thing about Hander is I like the purple and I like the light green. That's really cool too. What I don't love is the flat face, the space bar, the F and the J, you know? The emoji. Okay, what was I doing again? I was going to VIA. What the heck? I turned the Bluetooth off, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I agree that Windbreaker would be my #1 if it was GMK. Yeah, GMK. GMK is just goated. Okay, for some reason, even though I flashed this yesterday, it's not showing up in V again. It's actually not even showing up as wired. Do I have to turn it to on? I might have to turn it on in order for it to show up in here. Let's try this. Hander also has my favorite numpad. Oh, that is a good numpad too. Okay. Maybe I need to look at Hander again. Okay, this is really weird though. For some reason, the Bluetooth option is showing up in VIA, like the Bluetooth connection, but not the wired one. Maybe it's in Bluetooth mode. How do I change that again? I think it was this. Yep. Thanks, Kupo. Okay, now we should be able to... I don't have an Ergo, but I do have a TKL. Try switching modes to wired instead of Bluetooth. Yeah, y'all got it. So now I should be able to just turn the light off. Beautiful. Beautiful. VIA is magic. Okay, let's do the thing where we hear how it sounds. You know what? I'm just gonna type on it, okay? If you want to hear how it sounded yesterday with the PP plate, you can see the VOD from yesterday on Twitch, or you can see it on YouTube. But we're just gonna type on this. We're gonna go straight into it. Okay, let's get in there. Can turn off PK RGB but still have the indicator LEDs? I think so. Maybe not. Rainbow. I don't know if you can. Yeah, these one. Ohio State one, yeah. They were good. I'll look into it, Hyperblowfish. Maybe there's a key on the layers where I can do that, but for right now, I'm just gonna turn it all off. What's up, logo? Just in time. Okay, this is the same board as yesterday. This is the Neo Ergo again, in a teal colorway. That looks very blue on my current camera. But this time it is built plateless style, oops no plate, with Gateron Milky Yellow Pros that have been filmed with TX films and had the factory lube pushed around a little bit. And NeoStabs and GMK Panels. And forgive me, I haven't typed on Alice in a minute. Ooh, okay. I see you, Tab. Spacebar needs a little work. My apologies, I'll take care of that. Guys, this is definitely it though. The plateless build sounds so much better. If you weren't here yesterday, you gotta go check. You gotta go check that VOD, but this sounds so much. It's not like a ton louder, but it is just enough louder. Again, hard to say because not only did we switch to plateless, we also filmed and moved the lube around on the switches. But those two things made such a big difference. This sounds so good now. I love this. I love this sound. Okay, yeah, I can full-heartedly at this point recommend this board to new folks in the dude. I would recommend this to old heads in the hobby. Like if you just haven't tried out an Alice layout before and you're cool with the tented, for the price of this board, it's actually kind of insane. I'm kind of trying to understand how they did it. Recommended old head like me with a Dallas? Ori, they're different. I still have my Dallas too. I think they're different enough. Sorry. I really want to work on an animation so when we go into 4x3 mode, it kind of like, you know, like Samurai Jack kind of like goes in, except Samurai Jack would go tighter screen. I think I do recommend it though. And like 150 for the kit. Oh, we got one more thing. We got the wrist rest too. Oh yeah, that's nice. Look at that. Look at that. Dude, there's a great looking keyboard. Is the color more accurate on your face cam? Yeah, let's go over there. This is what the board actually looks like. Color-wise. Yeah, cousin. The top-down cam that I'm using right now, it's a Canon camera. Because I'm kind of in between cameras. And all of the LUTs that I've made are for Sony cameras. So this is like just the built-in Canon, not the built-in, but like the default Canon transition LUT, which is usually better than this, but for some reason it really struggles with this color. That is a perfect match with green. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like the teal and the, okay, one more time. Just because I think it's so good. The teal with the teal is so good. It really looks lovely. I'm so excited to take pictures of this board. Yeah, sorry, I usually do my best to try to make the colors match, but because this camera is temporary, I just haven't gone for it as much. When does the teal come out? So, I have been told by Neo Instagram that these new colors, do you think I can talk about the new colors? They didn't say I couldn't talk about the new colors, and I got to choose any of the colors. So can I probably talk about all the colors? Probably. I'm gonna go for it. I'm okay with potentially getting in trouble. Here we go. Nobody tell anybody, okay? I gotta go back and find it. I was told that these colors are going to come out after the Chinese New Year. Maybe this is already announced somewhere. Maybe this isn't even an issue. Or maybe it is. There is going to be... I'm not going to show the picture. I think I'm not going to show the picture. I'm just going to talk about the colors. I feel like that's an okay middle ground. These colors are supposed to be coming out after the Chinese New Year. There will be 1, 2, 3, 4 new spray-coated colors, and there will be 2 new anodized colors. So for the spray-coated colors, I'm seeing a grayish. I'm seeing what they're calling mentha, mentha. Are these all announced? Okay, if they're all announced, then I'm just gonna show them to you. The picture's kind of tough to see, but it's all on Notion. These were all China exclusive, I believe. Then these are coming to the US after Chinese New Year. Okay, beautiful. In that case, 1 second as I share the screen here. I want to see if really nice color. I'll be Sag. Don't be Sag. Okay, kind of hard because the picture I was given is actually ridiculously tiny. And this is also the only picture I had when I was trying to pick out what color I wanted to show off. Is this better? Okay, yeah, here's the teal. It's in Mandarin, that's okay. We can just look at the colors. Here's the teal. This is what we just built. Ooh, what is this set? This set is also a very good match. Do they have all the colors on here though, or just teal? I only see the teal. Spray-coated grayish, spray-coated mentha, spray-coated bubblegum, spray-coated nebula. I also was wondering, Hyperblower, if Nebula had like, I was wondering if Nebula had some kind of like speckles in it or something like that, you know? Nifty thought the thumbnail said something crazy. I'm looking at it now. I think I can see what you're talking about. Anodized red and then the anodized teal. They would have an ano red right after I bought the spray coat red. Yeah. Ano teal and ano red. Those are the only ano colors. Which, if I could choose from any of them, I think I would have got the ano silver, because I'm pretty sure there's an ano silver. Tokyo, it's really nice looking. I really enjoy it. I can't wait to take pictures. You have the Anno Silver. Anno Silver is a great choice. I like silver keyboards. Silver is I've decided silver I think is my favorite color of keyboard. I don't even, no, that's a lie. I own at least one right now. Silver is my favorite keyboard color. If I could have one color only. So those are the new colors. I wasn't told exactly when shit would pop off, but supposedly after the Chinese New Year. Something to look forward to. I just picked up a cheap silver. Sorry, this song is stressing me the hell out. Sorry. I just picked up a cheap silver wind keyless CW60 to flame patina the Toblerone as a side project. Sick. If you get good at flame patinaing, let me know, Ori. I have GMK Cosmos on pre-order from Canon Keys and the Cosmos edition seal from ClickLack, but I'd get Nebula as something more compact. Yeah. I continue pics of the Jane I just did. Oh, please do. Anything else you guys want to see on the board? Otherwise, we'll probably call it a night. Good news is we have a number of fun builds on the docket right now. It's interesting. For me anyways, the keyboard builds come in these waves. Like I'll have nothing to build for a month, 2 months, and then all of a sudden there's just like a wave of boards that I get the chance to build. And it's really, really fun, but when they all come at once, it becomes a lot. But it's gonna be fun. In the backlog, we have a Daji board. I've never built a Daji board. It's a Cicero. We have a we still have the Universe from Typeface. We can still build that. We still have my personal Rikia board. I haven't built that yet. We have an F1. We have a client F1 to build. We have so many fun boards. Waiting on a CW88 for 130. Okay. Can I hear left side again? Oh, yeah. Left side, like this side specifically? I had to DM you on Insta. Apparently that's the only place we talk. Or you can talk to me anywhere. You let me know where you want to talk. You have the denim wind keyless Ori? Dude, I wish I had Cicero. The Cicero is a client build. I think that's all I got to talk about. I'm gonna look at who is doing keyboard stuff, and Keeb Noob is here. So on the Twitch side, we will raid Keeb Noob. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope you had a good Monday. I'm excited for the builds we have coming up. I'm excited I get to do more streaming and more keyboard building. I really, really do enjoy it. Soft reminder, okay, not to do some self publicity, I guess, on my own channel. If you do want a board built by me, my build service is open. You should be a link below, I think. Otherwise, just reach out to me, Instagram, Discord. You can whisper me here if you want, whatever. But I'm down to build your keyboard. I'm down to just desolder your keyboard if that's all you need. I'll mil-max it. Whatever you need, just let me know. But okay, I'll see you next time. Appreciate you guys. And have a good rest of the week. I'll see you probably on Wednesday or Thursday.